Ever wondered why great firms fail despite investing in innovation? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? Well, let's delve into the fascinating world of The Innovator's Dilemma, a book that explores this very paradox. The book introduces us to the concept of disruptive technologies. These are innovations that, while initially overlooked due to their humble beginnings, gradually gain traction and eventually topple established market leaders. And here's where the paradox kicks in. Even successful, well-managed companies can lose market leadership. Yes, you heard it right. These companies may be doing everything right, from listening to their customers to investing in new technologies. They're playing by the rules of the game, but they still end up losing. You see, traditional management practices encourage companies to focus on meeting their customers' current needs. So naturally, they invest in sustaining technologies, those that improve product performance. This strategy works splendidly in the short term, but what happens when a disruptive technology comes into play? These technologies don't appeal to a firm's existing customers at first. They might even perform worse than existing products. So the company, following its good management practices, dismisses the technology. And that, my friends, is where they stumble. While the company is busy polishing its existing products, the disruptive technology quietly improves. Before the company knows it, the technology is good enough to meet its customers' needs. And then, it's game over. The company, despite its best efforts in innovation, loses market leadership. And that's the unanticipated challenge of innovation. It's not just about introducing new technologies or meeting customer demands. It's about anticipating change, about recognizing the potential of a disruptive technology before it's too late. It's about understanding that the same practices that led to success in the past might lead to failure in the face of disruptive technologies. Innovation isn't always the golden ticket to success. Sometimes, it's the hidden snake in the grass. Innovation isn't an event, it's a process. This, my friends, is the crux of the first chapter of the famed book, The Innovator's Dilemma. The author, Clayton Christensen, emphasizes the significance of understanding innovation as a structured process rather than a sporadic occurrence. In the grand scheme of business, innovation is generally categorized into two types: sustaining technologies and disruptive technologies. Sustaining technologies, as the term suggests, are those that maintain and improve the performance of established products. These are the innovations that companies love and pursue with gusto, because they meet the needs of their existing customers while enhancing their established market position. On the flip side, we have disruptive technologies. These are the new kids on the block, the game changers that disrupt markets and initially perform worse than the most popular applications. They are often cheaper, simpler, and more convenient than existing technologies. But here's the catch: they are not initially appealing to a firm's existing customers, so here's the dilemma. Established firms are likely to overlook disruptive technologies because they don't meet the demands of their mainstream market. However, as these disruptive technologies improve, they start to meet the needs of more and more customers, leading to a shift in the market. For example, think about the transition from film photography to digital. Initially, digital cameras weren't as good as their film counterparts. However, as they improved, people started to prefer the convenience and versatility of digital, leading to a significant shift in the photography market. What does this mean for firms? It's simple, yet complex. It's the realization that while sustaining technologies can help firms stay ahead in the short run, it's the disruptive technologies that can change the game in the long run. And there lies the challenge: balancing the pursuit of sustaining technologies while keeping an eye on potential disruptive technologies. It's a juggling act that can make or break a company. The innovation process can be a double-edged sword, capable of building or destroying firms. So the question is, how well can your firm juggle? What if the resources you depend on become your biggest roadblock? A provocative question indeed, and one that brings us to the heart of the second chapter of the book, The Innovator's Dilemma. In the world of business, resources are a double-edged sword. On one hand, they are the lifeblood of any company. They fuel growth, allow for expansion, and enable the implementation of strategic plans. On the flip side, however, resources can also be a source of constraint, limiting a company's ability to innovate and adapt to changing market dynamics. This paradox is what we refer to as the resource dependence dilemma. It is a delicate balancing act that every entrepreneur and business leader must master. How do you maximize the utility of your resources while also ensuring they do not become a hindrance to your company's innovation potential? The issue lies in the fact that a company's resources, be they financial, human, or material, often dictate its capabilities. A firm with vast financial resources, for instance, may have the ability to invest heavily in research and development, giving it a potential edge in terms of innovation. However, this same firm may also be more prone to resisting changes that could disrupt its established business model due to a fear of jeopardizing its existing revenue streams. Similarly, a company with a large, highly skilled workforce may have the capability to develop and implement complex technologies. Yet, this workforce could also become a limitation if it is resistant to change or if its skills do not align with the needs of new, disruptive technologies. In essence, while resources are essential to a company's operations, they can sometimes become the shackles that limit its ability to innovate. They can create a comfort zone, a sense of security that can actually inhibit the company's willingness to take risks and explore uncharted territories. So, the next time you're evaluating your company's resources, remember to ask yourself, are these resources propelling my company forward, or are they holding it back? As we delve deeper into the innovator's dilemma, we'll explore how to navigate this tricky terrain. Resources, while essential, can sometimes become the shackles that limit a company's innovation potential. Does the market always know what it wants? Now, that's a question that can stir up quite the debate. In the third chapter of the innovator's dilemma, we explore how market forces exert a powerful influence on innovation, and not always in the ways we might expect. When we talk about market forces, we're referring to those invisible hands that guide the ebb and flow of supply and demand. These forces, driven by consumer needs and desires, can be a powerful motivator for innovation. Companies, after all, want to create products and services that will satisfy the market and, by extension, drive their success. But here's the twist. While current market demands can fuel innovation, they can also act as blinders, obscuring companies' view of future opportunities. It's a double-edged sword, if you will. On one hand, companies need to listen to the market to stay competitive. On the other, they need to be careful not to become so fixated on meeting current demands that they overlook the potential for disruptive, game-changing innovation. Consider this. The market is like a demanding child, always wanting the next shiny toy. Companies, in their quest to please, may churn out newer versions of the same toy when what they should be doing is inventing a completely different game. Think about it. The most groundbreaking innovations often come from looking beyond what the market says it wants right now to what it might need or want in the future. These are the types of innovations that can revolutionize industries and redefine markets. But how can companies balance the need to meet current market demands with the desire to innovate for that future? That, my friends, is the crux of the innovator's dilemma. And it's a delicate balance to strike, one that requires foresight, creativity, and a willingness to take risks. So while the market's demands can drive innovation, they can also limit it. In the relentless pursuit of satisfying the here and now, companies might just miss out on the transformative potential of tomorrow. The market's demand can sometimes be a company's biggest innovation blind spot. How critical is a leader's role in fostering innovation? This question brings us to the crux of the fourth chapter of the book, The Innovator's Dilemma. Leadership is not just the helm of a company, but also the compass that directs the ship towards uncharted waters. In the context of disruptive technologies, this metaphorical sea is fraught with risks and opportunities. Effective leaders are those who can differentiate between the two, leveraging disruptive technologies to the benefit of their organization. Leadership in innovation is a delicate balancing act. On one side, there are the existing technologies, the ones that currently drive the company's revenue. On the other side, there are the disruptive technologies, the ones that promise future growth, but are initially less profitable. Striking the right balance between these opposing forces requires a leader with strategic foresight and courage. Leaders who excel in managing disruptive technologies are not just visionaries, they're also tacticians. They understand that innovation isn't about discarding the old in favor of the new. Instead, it's about integrating the new with the old. It's about nurturing the seeds of disruptive technologies within the fertile grounds of existing frameworks until they're strong enough to stand on their own. Moreover, these leaders have the ability to rally their teams around the cause of innovation. They cultivate a culture that encourages experimentation and learns from failure. In such an environment, disruptive technologies are not seen as threats but as opportunities for growth. In essence, leadership plays a pivotal role in managing disruptive technologies. It's the torch that lights the path, the wind that fills the sails, and the anchor that provides stability in the face of uncertainty. Without effective leadership, disruptive technologies can lead a company astray. But with it, these same technologies can propel a company to new heights. Leadership can be the lighthouse guiding a company through the fog of disruptive innovation. So, to all the leaders out there, remember, your role in fostering innovation is not just important, it's indispensable. When faced with disruptive technologies, do you fight or take flight? The 6th chapter of The Innovator's Dilemma takes us into the nitty-gritty of this question. It's a vital query for businesses today, no matter the industry. Let's break it down. Disruptive technologies. They come with the promise of immense growth, but also carry the risk of failure. So how can firms tackle these high-stakes challenges? The answer lies in strategic thinking and adaptive structures. Firstly, let's talk about organizational structure. It's not about having the biggest team or the most resources. Instead, it's about how those resources are organized. A structure that encourages experimentation and nurtures innovative ideas is key. This might mean creating separate teams or divisions dedicated to exploring these disruptive technologies. It's also about investing in the right places. Disruptive technologies often require a shift in resources, from established products to new, innovative ones. This can be a tough call, but it's often necessary for long-term growth. Now let's move on to the role of culture. A culture that values innovation and isn't afraid to take risks is crucial. This means fostering an environment where failure is seen not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone to success. But it's not just about internal culture. It's also about understanding the external culture, the market. Companies need to be in tune with the needs and wants of their customers. This might mean adapting to new trends or shifting focus to cater to a different demographic. Remember, dealing with disruptive technologies isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one company might not work for another. It requires a deep understanding of the company's strengths, weaknesses, and market position. This chapter gives us a glimpse into the strategies that can help businesses not just survive, but thrive in the face of disruption. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about having the courage to take risks and the wisdom to adapt. Navigating disruptive technologies requires strategic thinking and adaptive structures. It's not an easy task, but with the right strategies, it's a challenge that can lead to unprecedented growth and success. So, what can we learn from the innovator's dilemma? In our journey through Clayton Christensen's groundbreaking book, we've unraveled the paradox of innovations and how they can both create and destroy successful corporations. The innovator's dilemma gives us a fresh perspective on the dynamics of disruption, the importance of recognition, and the strategies necessary to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of innovation. One of the central themes of the book is the paradox of success. It's a strange irony that the very practices that lead to success in established markets can become the harbinger of failure when disruptive technologies enter the fray. Companies that have excelled in their field, developing efficient processes and making incremental improvements, often find themselves ill-equipped to adapt when a game-changing technology hits the market. The lesson here is that success is not a guarantee of future prosperity, especially when disruption is at play. Innovation isn't just about new ideas, it's about recognizing disruptive technologies and understanding their potential impact. These are the technologies that don't just improve on existing products or services, but redefine the market altogether. They often start in niche markets, seeming insignificant or even inferior to current offerings. However, their potential to transform industries becomes apparent as they mature and improve. Ignoring them, as many established companies tend to do, can lead to missed opportunities and, in some cases, obsolescence. And what about dealing with these disruptive forces? The book offers valuable strategies that can help businesses navigate the choppy waters of innovation. One such approach is to set up a separate organization within the company, dedicated to exploring and exploiting disruptive technologies. This allows the organization to operate with the agility of a startup, unencumbered by the processes and expectations that govern the parent company. Other strategies include investing in research and development, acquiring startups that are leading in disruptive technologies, and cultivating a culture that embraces change and encourages experimentation. But it's not just about strategies. The role of leadership is paramount in fostering an environment that is receptive to innovation. Leaders need to be visionary, able to see beyond the horizon and prepare for the future. They need to be risk takers, willing to challenge the status quo and explore uncharted territories. And they need to be adaptable, ready to pivot when circumstances demand it. The innovator's dilemma teaches us that in the world of business, complacency is the enemy. It's not enough to be good at what you do. You must be ready to reinvent yourself again and again. Because as we've learned, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent companies that survive, but the ones most responsive to change. In the world of innovation, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent companies that survive, but the ones most responsive to change.